Well, welcome back. It's becoming more popular for single women and couples to delay family building and opt for egg freezing. We've heard a lot about this. The Center for Advanced Reproductive Services can help get time back on your side. Now, here to tell us more about this is Dr. David Schmidt. Welcome. Thank you so much for being with us. There's been a lot of talk about this, about younger women, putting off having children and wanting to freeze their eggs. And I think there's a lot of misnomers about that. What would you say is like the #1 thing people just don't understand?
Yeah, the biggest barrier for conception and the biggest problem that we deal with is the age-related decline in ovarian reserve that women face. And although there's a lot of medical and surgical treatments that we have for women to overcome infertility, the one thing we can't reverse is the decline, the natural decline in egg supply that women face.
Yeah, it's just the supply is down and the eggs get old too, right?
Right, both the quantity and quality can decrease over time. A little known fact is that women are born with all the eggs that they'll ever have, and by the age of 35, a woman's lost about 95% of her eggs.
Yeah, so a lot of people really start to panic. I was one of those people. I was getting a lot older and I didn't have my children until I was 41 years old, and you do start to panic. When is the time when you should say to a young woman out there, when you say, you should really do something about this? You should freeze your eggs now. When is that time, would you say?
Well, traditionally it was a personal choice, and many women couldn't force having a family if they haven't met their partner or they're delaying childbearing for careers or education. And so egg freezing is exciting. It was really offered on a limited basis, but now we've done some research trials that show it's very effective. And as far as when a woman chooses to freeze eggs or have a family is still an independent decision. But the chance of conception in your 20s is 25% per month, and at the age of 40 it's only 5% per month. So
wow, that's
we
a
try
huge difference.
Yeah, it's a big difference. Right. So freezing eggs is something that can be considered now, and the ideal age to freeze eggs would be maybe 30 up to 38, 27 to 38.
Mm-hmm. Is there somebody who you would say, listen, this is not something you should do. We are recommending that you not do this, and you should try something else.
Right. So women that are in a relationship and want children now obviously should consider other infertility treatments or options. But women that don't have a partner or need to delay childbearing for education, also medical reasons. There are women that may have a medical condition or cancer or some other medical condition that they can't be pregnant at that time, but we can often retrieve the eggs and preserve them.
Right, so it's pretty exciting. You guys have an event coming up where people can actually learn about this. It's kind of like out in the open now. A lot of people didn't want to talk about this for a lot of years, but it's out in the open. You want to get people knowing about what you do. Tell me a little bit about it.
We're trying to raise awareness. It's the event's going to be a happy hour at the Dish restaurant, and it's called Put Time on Ice. It'll be June 3rd from 5:30 to 7. And we encourage people to go on our website to get more information and to register.
All right, perfect. Dr. David Schmidt, thank you so much.
Thanks everyone.
It was such a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you for having me.
And if you're looking for more information on that, you can also go to our website as well. Scott's going to join me now, and pretty interesting stuff.
I think it's fascinating. The one question I had was, are there any side effects to freezing the eggs? Will they morph or change in any way, and do we have to worry about that?
No, we showed that it's very safe. It's a similar process to the in vitro fertilization, and then the eggs are frozen in the unfertilized state. Now, one of the benefits, though, is for religious objections. Women traditionally may not want to freeze embryos, but these are eggs before they're fertilized.
That's very important. That's great to know. And you put them in the freezer over easy? Is that how the eggs go? No.
Right in the fridge there, right there.
They're not fried, that's for sure.
We heard the party's going to be excellent.
There's going to be egg. You're not going to serve eggs there, right?
I'm sorry,
I
borrowed that joke from a friend.
Is it expensive? My last question.
Well, the IVF treatment can be expensive, so that's the financial downside.
But if you want a family, sometimes that's what you got to do.
Thank you so much.
Irene, thank you so much for joining. It was a pleasure to meet you. It was
so nice to meet you.
Dr. Oz is next. We'll see you tomorrow. Linda Dano's my co-host. Join us. That'll be fun.